let's go ahead and fire up 2 tables. Pool seems pretty juicy. Have to be careful because nobody's folding on Friday, so gotta pay attention where we bluff. Here with wailing the blinds, I'm just going to expand my opening range. I guess half pot I'm just folding, even without with a diamond. Gonna go check bet here. Interesting, he check raises. He's an aggressive pair. I'm always going to call this one and probably call down. I mean, we still beat 9-8, 9-7, so. River ace changes nothing. Nice. Pocket fours, probably. Actually, I think we have to go for it here. I mean, yeah, jamming is fine, I think. If it's a double cash drop. I mean, from cutoff it's fine. Here we just fold ace 10. I mean, if I make it 20s, maybe some other people will enter the pot, so I don't want to play post flop multi with pocket fours. Against this super small size, I will call in position with ace queen. and try to be careful post flop. So like right now he goes pot, which is really alarming, but I still get to call one probably. Here at third, do I go for the barrel? Do I want to barrel this one? Man, if I go pot here, I have. Yeah, I think this one is an okay bluff. Yeah, here I cannot call anymore. I mean, he goes snap bet all in. I mean, yeah, probably not even calling the turn. I'm not sure. A bit deeper, I will go with a bigger 4-bet here. For counting combos, I would recommend analyzing your hands. For example, I mean, I think this applies a lot in bluff catching scenarios. So, for example, just take your database and take a look at the hands that you played, and just filter when you face a river bet in a big pot. And then you just go there, yeah, just look at the board and just think about his bluffing combos, about his value combos. But in the same time, you have to be very careful to be sure that those combos really take that line. So, for example, if counting combos helps you a lot. But besides counting combos, you also have to make sure that those combos play that way. So, for example, if on ace a7 deuce 5, don't know, 6, I face a bet all in, I would not put pocket 6 in his range, for example, because he will not go with pocket 6 like overbet on the turn or something like that. I mean, you know what I mean. If the player is unlikely to play a value hand that way, I don't account for that. I just count the value combos and the bluff combos that will take that line. So yeah, I would just filter my hands and just play and just count combos in the spots where I face big river bets. Both, I mean, in all pots, and I should be fine. And you can check also with solver. And one great tool to use is also Equilab for counting combos, or Flopzilla. And another tip about range versus range, I realized that at some point I was putting too much effort into thinking how do I construct my range, which is not bad. It's very good to know how to play your range and how to construct your range. But it's very important how our opponent plays his range. I think that's way more important. So I would focus a lot on my opponent's range more than on mine, I would say. About randomness in micros, I think what you can do is that you're just you just count some combos, and then you take the decision. And I mean, not before taking the decision, you just think about your opponent tendencies. Is he a big fish, like an aggressive fish? Then you add some random combos. Is he a nitty player? You just add some random value combos in his range, like that he can have, that you don't expect to. So you just add to one part or the other some combos, like 2-3 combos, and then you can take a decision. But always try to think like realistically how many value combos and how many bluff combos take that line, and how over bluffed or under bluffed the spot is. I mean, if somebody check raises me on the turn and shoves the river on a straight completing turn, I can see, like I can see a lot of value, of course, like sets and straights, and I can count those combos. And in the same time, I can count all the combos of bluffs, which will be like pair plus plus straight blocker, which are great bluffs. But in the same time, if I'm facing a nitty player, is he really going to find those bluffs there? Probably not. So I cannot, like, maybe I just account for one combos of bluffs, like, yeah, from like once in a blue moon, but yeah, I still cannot call. So you always have to account for your opponent tendencies and for and for the for how likely the line is to be over bluffed or under bluffed. Here I just put the trash in the check bet line, which is fine. Gonna call once. I have this tagged this guy tagged as a non-folder, but yeah, we'll try to see. Okay, he checks, which is interesting. I can check back if he's range wide. 3 is a good card on the river. Yeah, you're welcome, you're welcome. And here I'm just calling. Here he makes something like 3x, we are deep. I'm just gonna fold 9-8, it's not, I mean 9-8 it's kind of bad, so I'm just gonna fold it, not gonna play it this deep. I want better hands with better playability post flop. I'm gonna start with a check here. Always nice to get 3 button. We have pocket aces, we got 3x here. He's a bit short, so I just jam here. I don't think he will ever fold. Okay, I did not expect that, to be honest. I mean, I don't usually see a recreational donking like half pot in a 4-bet pot and then folding to a jam. One third on the flop here. Here I think my hand is nice to go bet, bet, bet. Blocking 2-pair, blocking straights. I think I still want to bet this one. Sizing wise, 1/3. I will bet depolarized here, also bet my sets from time to time. And river just using 3/4 or check. Guess this guy I'm gonna defend. Here we're just gonna fold pocket eights, nothing to do. I'll bluff this hand. We can fold hands like ace 10 here. And river, I'm purely giving up this one. I'm gonna check it and bet the river for value. My hand is really just worth one street of value. Both multi-way and if we were like heads up. And when this guy bets, I'm still gonna call. He can still have a bunch of bluffs in this spot. I mean, having the three of spades is not that great, but he can still have like different types of hands. And now it's actually good to hold the three. Bad spot. This one I will triple here. I'm gonna call this one. Probably gonna fold. Hello, hello. I'm great. I'm great. Good to play on Friday. Yeah, session going well. I think winning probably half of a buy-in, which is decent, I would say. We get a set on the turn, which also completes a straight on a very dynamic board. So here, I think if I stab, probably pot size, it's fine. River will go for another value bet here. I also have some all-ins on this river. Nice. Gonna go half or check because we are deeper here on this board. We'll play a bit more polarized in position. This deep 4-bet, it's not that big. I have to call here with pocket sixes. I have big implied odds. Like this one. So, don't want to lead here. I also play off stream. The problem here is that do I wanna check? Do I wanna bet this one? And he can have slow played aces here, so yeah, I'm playing off stream and I'm playing both NL200 and NL100. Like when I want to play more volume and I'm in the mood of playing volume, I am playing NL100 for tables, and when I want to play focused and putting quality volume, I'm just playing 200. And I'm also streaming usually during the day because I see the people are usually watching during the day. In the evening, if I stream, there are not that many people. Probably 1/3 or check. Ace queen. I'm gonna go with the bet. He calls, turn. I think I have a clear check. I mean, I could bet, but we are still like kind of deep, so the problem is that the board is so wet and is going to change so much on the river, like when the flush comes in, when the straight comes in, that I'm not willing to put too much money right now. I prefer to check and delay my bluff to the river, and he snap checks. And now I'm pretty confident I have the best hand, so I will put in a big value bet against ace jack, ace 9, ace 8. Here I'm up against an aggressive recreational. Gonna check, let him bluff. Now I'm gonna bet after he snap checks twice. River, I'm gonna check back. He has a bunch of ace king that calls the turn. Yeah, I mean, if he has ace queen here, he always have ace king, so. It's important to have a day off, and here I struggle a bit because I don't like to take days off. I like to grind a lot, but it's very good to have at least one day off a week. I mean, you can play it the smart way. You can grind the weekends, like from Thursday to Sunday each day. I mean, when the pool is the best, and they Monday to Wednesday just take maybe 1 or 2 days off, and then in the other like grind just a bit. So put the most volume from Thursday to Sunday. I think it's just great. So what I tried and it worked well, even though I'm not doing it like that often. Like Monday, I'm studying more, like I don't know, 3-4 hours. I was studying more. Then here he tanks open, that then I would 3-bet wider. So I study more on Monday, maybe just a short session. Just short focus session. This deep I will call. I have good implied odds. And then after that, Tuesday and Wednesday study a bit and then play like just one session, very focused. And from Thursday to Sunday grind a lot and study a bit less. I think here stabbing is important because if he folds hands like ace, queen, ace, king, that's important. And if I get raised here, I can always find a fold because his range is going to be way too strong. And now we get the best turn in the deck. Gonna still go 1/3. So if I say his range is ace king, ace queen mostly, and maybe some slow played aces, I just want to use this 1/3 size here. Nice. Oh la 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 la. King on the river, yeah. We got punished. Yeah, you have to be very careful with that because yeah, you can easily burn out. I've been there, like I've burned out multiple times, so you have to be careful. Yeah, I think yeah, bluffing this hand is fine. I mean, fives and threes. Yeah, so I'm just going to bluff it. I mean, if he calls fives or threes, okay, king nine of diamonds, yeah, it's normal. I'm surprised that he didn't raise. Here I'm just going to overbet this one. Gonna take a small break, get a cup of coffee and then come back. Here I will play polarized on this board, and this hand goes into the check back range. All right, let's go on. Here playing 3/4 of check, 8-6 going to the check back range. After losing the type of hand, like when I got sucked out on the river, I'm okay. Maybe it annoys me a bit, but as long as the EV is there, I have no problem. So I know that in EV I'm winning, and long term the EV matters. Like I don't care if I get sucked out, it's fine. It would be piss me off way more if I bet the turn, he calls, and then the river comes the king, I jam and he calls with kings, so I get more frustrated because I'm just losing everything in EV, but in this line I'm winning actually in EV a lot. Even if I'm losing like in real because he gets the king on the river, so I think I think it's fine. Here going 1/3 range on this board. Maybe could even go half pot range because we are deeper and in these positions where my range is pretty somehow not that polarized, so gonna range bet this one. I think this hand can be a nice triple barrel here. Gonna 3-bet this one. Yeah, 9-7. I think I'm gonna 3-bet. King 6 against this small 3-bet I will call here. They're gonna start with a c-bet. Turn, clear, value bet. Here, this time I'm gonna check and go for a delay on the turn or on the river. And I just fold here, no problem. Okay. Need to take a note here. RNG low, I'm gonna 3-bet this time. This one I'm gonna range bet. To be honest, I like both. I like both live and online, to be honest. Last year I played mainly online from for the first part of the year, and then started to play live, and I played live a lot in the summer, but also online. And sometimes I enjoy live, sometimes I enjoy online, but definitely live. Let's say it's a bit more enjoyable because it's way softer. You feel the chips, it's another feeling. But in the same time, like my home is online, so yeah. if I had to choose which one to play for the rest of my life, it would be online. But yeah, definitely I like some aspects of live poker more. I plan to play a lot this summer live if I have good games, if I find good games, or I plan to make some trips in order to play live. He might call some ace high here, but he might fold some, I don't know, king highs that call the flop, like, or weak ace highs that call the turn. So yeah, and just gonna fold, no problem. Salutare, salutare, mersi frumos. Ce mai faci, Martin? Ce mai joci? Ai încercat și tu Coin Poker, că am văzut că e oferta aia și am vrut să intru și eu, dar mi-a zis un prieten care a încercat pe Coin Poker că sunt foarte mulți regulari. Acum cât e 100% rakeback și eu zis că pool-ul e dezastru. Adică au jucat prietenul ăla meu de dimineața până după masă și au zis că dacă, din toate mesele pe care le juca, dacă avea pești la 2 mese și nu balene. Și de încă nu mi-am făcut cont. Gonna barrel twice here for value. This one is super close. We are a bit deeper. He made it quite small, but he did it quite fast, so I tend to skew his range towards pocket jacks, pocket queens, kings, aces, and ace king, and I'm blocking aces, and I think if I call and an ace come, I beat his queens and kings, but still I'm out of position. Probably, let's say I'm calling half-half, and RNG high, I will just fold this time. Yeah, live games are way softer. So, for example, yeah, like I played a bit in Macau, and let's say the regulars there at the lowest stake, and the lowest stake is like 612 euro, so something like NL1K. So the regs there are kind of like, let's say, NL25 regs on GG, on NL at best NL50 regs. So the pool is way softer. I think the only thing in live games is that you adapt to the pool. For example, if you play the same stakes in US, and you play the same stakes in Asia, it's a totally different, uh, not game, but dynamics. Because, for example, Chinese people don't bluff that much, especially in Macau. I'm not sure if in other parts of the world, like Chinese bluff more, but in Macau, they don't bluff, especially us, the Europeans. They don't bluff us as often. But yeah, I've seen some crazy bluffs between them. But yeah, they don't bluff us. And in US, the games are way crazier. I mean, especially in Texas, they play crazy, like splashy games, which I enjoy. Like, the pool on GG is kind of nitty, I would say, and sometimes it pisses me off because I cannot get the money in light, or yeah, I have to play quite tight and overfold a lot, which I don't like. I like more like splashy games, but yeah, like no access to them. Here I made the mistake by I didn't see that this guy limped. I thought that I'm opening. Could have started with a check here. Cred că e licențiat, adică am văzut că au și ei site în România, CoinPoker-ul, dar sincer, nu știu. De exemplu, am primit un cod de afiliat ca să-l pun pe CoinPoker să încep să mă joc. Și când am intrat pe contul pe site-ul lor de România să-mi fac cont, îmi arăta că nu pot să... Jack of Hearts is kind of bad to hold, so yeah, we're gonna give up. Here can even erase this one. And I'm just gonna call because I took too much time to act. Nu, la Unibet nu m-am mai gândit pentru că am decis să rămân pe GG și o să încep să joc pe cluburi. Deci CoinPoker nu știu dacă e licențiat în România, dar poți să-ți faci cont, de exemplu să-ți faci cont cu VPN și după aia să joci fără VPN, că merge. Știi, atâta doar cât până îți downloadezi aplicația și îți faci contul și merge. Da, momentan aștept să văd care mai e, pentru că au mărit rake-ul, știi? Și dacă rake-ul se mărește după, vreau să văd cum o să fie pool-ul, pentru că cu rake-ul mărit poate nu o să mai fie, nu știu, poate nu o să mai fie așa profitabil. Și o să aștept să văd și o să încerc și alte site-uri. Pe Unibet nu am vrut pentru că se joacă mai mult seara și o joc mai mult pe timp de zi. Da, mă rog, joc și seara, da, depinde acum. Da, am văzut niște mâini, am un prieten, am mai mulți prieteni care joacă acolo și mi-au arătat niște mâini și uneori chiar vestul sălbatic. Atâta mi-au spus că doar că s-ar putea să fie un pic de collusion. Adică ori văzut ei niște chestii ciudate, mă rog, asta la 9400, la 200 o zic e ok, la 400 o zic acolo fiind mai puțin regular și așa, o zis că s-ar putea să fie în anumite mese collusion, dar nu știu ce să spun de chestia asta. Că în același timp și pe GG sunt boți, adică ce poți să faci? Adică le dăm report, dar n-avem ce să facem foarte mult, pentru că s-ar putea să fie și boții site-ului, dar n-avem de unde să știm. Here I have to go for a big hold for bet. And you take the pot down pre-flop, nice. This depends a lot on the games that you have. I mean, if you have good games like 2 €5 or 5 €10 and higher, like good games where you can make good win rates, it's more profitable to play live than online. But yeah, if you have just like low stakes games, it's not. I'm gonna call one here, even though I'm not that excited. Here I think I can bet. I would bet my hand. If I have a flush, probably I'm gonna choose the same size. The river. Gonna block bet. Check call or check raise probably. And here just gonna fold. Maybe not even calling the turn. Can limp here. Okay, so here he has the auto fold on. Guess don't know when I'm gonna range bet this one. Six, it's a nice card to bluff here with. I mean, I can go 3/4 turn and 2x spot on the river. Okay, he leads. Maybe I want to bluff a 5 more often. But still a 6 is fine, because usually when this type of, I don't know, like if it's the regular or not, but let's say recreational, like they donk for like 1/3 or half pot, they are usually quite capped and weak. So I prefer to attack their donks with raises very often. In some spots I want to do it with good blockers, in some spots I'm also doing it with air, so. Stai să mă gândesc. Nu știu care să... This one here... He bets 1/3. Gonna raise here. I think I get too many folds. Nu, am doar doi prieteni care joacă pe Unibet până în NL, adică cred că joacă și NL400, că am văzut mâini de la ei, de la stake-ul ăla. Dar dacă vrei poți să întreb dacă oferă cumva coaching. Dar așa coach care să joace 400 și să ofere coach, jucători care să joace în 400 și să ofere coaching, nu știu special coach. Dar o să întreb pe prietenii ăștia care joacă și o să revin cu un răspuns. Dar de ce nu ție un coach care joacă gen care joacă high stakes sau ceva, că și ăla cred că e ok, sau vrei special pentru Unibet? Cine mai știam că e coach și joacă era Alexandra Făgăraș, dar nu știu, nu pot să dau cu părerea, că aici despre părerile sunt împărțite. Eu am făcut un pic de mental coaching cu ea și am fost mulțumit, mi-a plăcut, m-am înțeles bine cu ea, dar poker-wise nu pot să dau nicio recenzie, că n-am urmărit-o, nu știu ce joacă, cum joacă, știu că juca pe Unibet toate mizele, dar nu pot să fac o recomandare fără să știu. King 10 here against this small tree, but I will call in position. Could even go for some... Should I go for the 4-bet here? Yeah, actually I can go for the 4-bet. Don't need to... Because it's quite small, so I don't... Sometimes their size reflects their hand strength, so I just prefer to take the initiative myself, and even if I play post-flop, I have the initiative and I have the stronger range. And here we have 40 BBs in the pot and we have pocket 9s, which is amazing, so I will just jam this one. I mean, this is a very cool spot to jam. We just tank a bit and we jam. I mean, it's not that exciting because he's playing 24-18, but still I can beat worse pocket pairs. And yeah, sometimes I'm just flipping. Cu drag, n-ai de ce. S-a deschis Academia la Coz, că parcă deschideau, mă rog, nu Academie, deschideau un grup privat de coaching din câte am văzut. Dar n-am... Știu că mi-au spus niște băieți. Știi dacă s-a deschis, cum merge? Here I'm gonna check call once because I can bluff on a club. Here with top pair I'm always going to call. And here exploitatively I will go 3x spot because I believe that he has no flushes in his range. So I can just go 3x spot and expect to see like folding a lot, probably. Okay, so he's not folding against this huge sizing. Here I still have to call one. And river is amazing. Okay, so yeah, if you have like the minimum stake to 4, if the game is good, yeah, it means that you can make a lot of money, but then the game has to be good, so yeah. You must have some fish, some whales. Here I can pot this one. And here we just jam. Will I have bluffs here? Maybe 5-4 would be my bluff. Yeah, 5-4 and ace 10 off with the ace of clubs, or ace 4 off. No, ace 4 off and ace 5 off with the ace of clubs would be the bluffs here. I just want to tank more. On a 4-bet here, ace queen suited. Not a good board for my range. I will range check this board in a 4-bet pot out of position. Nice. Here flop, he will step quite wide. He steps 1/4. I have a clear call on the flop. Don't think check raising makes too much sense with my hand. I just fold the turn, nothing to do. Here I can value raise the flop. Și te-ai băgat? Cum e? Sau ai auzit de la BS ceva recenzie? Could even lead this one. Would lead half. I think we continue. I think I get the most fold equity on the turn when I bet half pot. If I bet 1/3, and if he calls ace high and the river is a brick and I jam, he might call when two flushes miss. So yeah, I think that is fine. Arrange bet this one against this specific opponent. Yeah, I got nervous, but not only the first time, the second time, the third time. I mean, probably when I played full time, like live, I played like for 2 months. Like, I was super nervous. Like, I was super nervous each time until one of my friends, like who I learned a lot from, like told me that I have to be more relaxed, and yeah, like he taught me a lot of things about live poker and how I should adapt and how I should play. I mean, from the psychological part, and then I started to be more relaxed. But yeah, it's normal to get nervous at first, so that's why I recommend starting small. I mean, of course, if you are playing high stakes online, yeah, you could just play high stakes live easy. But if you play, let's say, low stakes online, I also recommend to start low stakes live and then move up. Even though the level is very low in live, so you would do very good. But just to get used with the dynamic, with the feeling, like with everything at the table. Here it might seem thin with queen 8, but I will just value bet. Am înțeles. Deci, da, de fapt, da, că am toți de acolo jucau pe Stars. Am considerat și Stars-ul o opțiune, numai că problema e că nu prea rulează mesele. Am un prieten care e foarte bun și joacă acolo full-time, dar nu... Dar mi-a zis și el că joacă orice până în 500 inclusiv, dar majoritatea volumului e la 100, că acolo sunt mesele și... Da, nu știu cât de bine e long term. Adică, mă rog, clar că faci bani, numai dacă vrei să urci mult în mize, cred că trebuie să combini site-uri. Știi că și Influx făcea la fel, combina site-uri. I'll take a small break for bathroom and then come back. Alright, let's go on. Just need to... Oh, he's probably range betting here, just gonna call the flop. Third is interesting, could even lead. Probably 4s and 5s is hard to wanna lead. And here I think overbetting is enough to fold a king here in this spot, so... I mean, if he calls an ace, I don't mind, like ace queen off with the queen of hearts, or... And then it's better to train a bit more for online, probably. And when you beat NL25 and yeah, you play NL50, let's say, you can just go and play live. Here I'm going to delay overbet this one. With the ace of spades, I think he folds a bunch here. Gonna go pot, make sure that he folds everything that is not a queen, And then river, I'm just going to jam on a spade. I mean, yeah, jack of spades, it's a bit dicey, but still, I think I'm going to bluff jam on the blocking queen jack and nut flushes, so yeah, I would have still bluffed my second pair there. He leads, value raise. Maybe could go 3x, but still, yeah, exactly as I told you, like these small leads from the recreational are usually weak, so we can get away by raising them a lot. How do I want to approach this? I think not advantage is close because he also has jack stance and ace queen here, even queen 9. So I think that betting 1/3 high frequency is fine. Here do I want to raise? I mean, I think it's fine. Board is super dry, and this guy is going to have a tough time defending. This guy's range is also weak when he just calls. But on the turn, if I get called, I will just continue on a 4, on a 5, or on a heart. Otherwise, I'm just giving up, basically. So yeah, on this 10, I will just given up. So it's very important, like, anytime when you check raise wide on a flop, like, exploiting a weak range, a weak betting range, whenever you get called, you have to slow down if you don't pick up equity. Because we cannot better like no equity hands, as our range will be too bluff heavy and we will lose a lot. Here the thing is that this guy snap calls. I think I'll just call. I mean, he's short. Can I have jacks? I mean, yeah, probably, yeah, I will go for the 4-bet. Here I'm gonna go for the call with jacks. And here just going to range bet 20%. Nice. And I'm just gonna check. I mean, he checks back on a king high board, which is unusual. He continues with a 1/3 clear call, and river is kind of bad because he has queens full in this range. He has, yeah. And here I'm just folding the river, nothing to do. Unfortunately, here against the recreational, he makes the called 4-bet quite small. So I'm just gonna call and play very cautiously post-flop. But yeah, no need for this when we are running good. Gonna put a small bet here. And yeah, he jams into my nuts. Nice. He's dead. Here against 3/4, I'm going to defend top pair once. Going to lead here on this turn. And the river gonna bet small once more. He can still call jacks with a heart, tens with a heart, queens with a heart. He might even raises a bluff with some heart hands. So yeah, I think this one is fine. Because he's nitty, I will just go 3/4 here on the king, hoping he calls with a queen, or I could even go half pot exploitatively to get more calls. Gonna squeeze white here because he plays white, he plays white. Both pairs are playing white pre-flop, so I don't mind squeezing here with this hand. Maybe go a bit deeper, go a bit bigger because I'm deeper with him. And yeah, just take it down. It's cool. And about live poker, you also like need to have some kind of bankroll management. I mean, you can take some shots, but for example, if the lowest game is like 2-4, like you want at least like 4k for your shot, I would say. Here we just could check. I don't want to range bet because he will play kind of face up here. He goes a third, easy call for us. Here we're still gonna check. And river I'm gonna check again here. We beat some 4s, 5, 6 with a spade, it's fine. And here probably check. And if he bets like something like half pot, I'm gonna check jam with my hand. I think it's fine. I mean, usually if he has a flush there, I mean in this spot, let me pull it out. 9-6. Yeah, I can find it. So with 9-6 there, I mean if he has a flush, I mean most of the players, like 95% of the pool, would raise the turn against my donk on the turn, and when he calls, I think that. And it's also important to know that he bets 3/4 on the flop, like he bets big on the flop, so he has all the overpairs there. So if I donk, he will call with his overpairs always and raise his flushes. And then on the river, if I say that his range is mostly overpairs, like tens to aces, I can just bet small and maybe even call a raise or just fold against a raise, so I don't mind. And here with triple barrel, pocket 8s for value, looking to get called by a 7. I don't mind getting called by a 7. I mean, I don't mind getting raised by a 6, so if he raises, I don't care. I just fold. Yeah, I still, this is a skill that I'm still learning, because when you have a strong hand and you bet into your opponent, you bet, and you face a raise at some point, like you have to fold if you don't have like nutted hands, because most people against like hyper aggression, I mean, when you go bet, check raise, bet or something like that, they are just going to overfold and under raise. So if they under raise, it means that their raising range is mostly value. So yeah, we need to fold because we don't beat any value when we have, like, for example, that hand with pocket 8. If I get raised, I just fold. I will just fold here. And here he 4-bets quite fast. I'm just gonna fold. Even though in theory this hand might be a call, I think that in reality against a fast 4-bet, I just fold. Like quick 3-bets, quick 4-bets are usually stronger ranges than normal. I don't say that they don't have bluffs. I'm just saying that they are in general stronger ranges, so I prefer to overfold a bit. Here we just range bet this one. Yeah, something super exploitative. I'm just gonna raise because I think it's just range betting probably, so I'm just raising this one. And if I get called, I will just continue on a 7, on a 10, on this 4 now. So here I'm purely giving up. And is he really having a bluff here? Here, I mean, he bets pot. What bluffs? Pocket 4s. Yeah, I'm just gonna fold here. I don't think he's bluffing me often enough. Here, exploitative raise against a weaker opponent. I'm gonna start with a check on this flop. His range is quite strong on this flop. I don't want to get check raise with this hand. I can always delay c-bet. And when he bets this size, always going to call. I mean, do I want to raise this one up? Probably can just call, raising with a spade. And now we get a strong hand on the river, so we can either call. Yeah, against this side, I'm just going to call. Nice. The hardest skill in poker, I mean, there are a lot of skills, I would say, that we need to learn, but I think for most players the toughest ones are, I mean, the toughest one is the mental game. I mean, especially like for me, and I also see it in some friends, that like mental game is so underrated. I think it's actually more than 50% of the total skills. So, I mean, it's even maybe more important than the skill itself, like how good you play. Because it doesn't matter if you are a very good player, very skilled, and you can beat like anyone. If you just tilt and you play quite bad when you run bad, you are just losing. You are not winning. So yeah, I think it's very important to work on your mental game. I mean, here I think he will overcall the turn if I bet. So we will overcall with queens, jacks, 10. So I prefer to check back, realize my equity. So yeah, mental game is super important. And here I could jam. I mean, I would just call, just because if I jam here, I don't think I'm getting called by worse. So I don't think he will call king 10 if I jam. This hand I always want to raise here. Again, small lead, raising. He calls. Turn exploitative, we go 1/3 to get value from his jack X, from his flush draws. And river, yeah, going max value shove here. Nice. I mean, you see, like, small leads and half pot leads are so weak. Gonna forget this one. Gonna go for one and done here, even though it's maybe not the best hand to do it with, but I think this guy has a lot of ace high in his range, and he will fold those and probably give up most rivers. Yeah, when I get raised, I'm probably way behind. Probably the jack is not that great to bluff on. Just gonna bluff half pot here, looking to fold a hand like queen 5, king deuce, something like that. Not a great board for my range. I mean, I have queens and jacks. He also has queens and jacks. I only have aces and kings more than him. Okay, and when he checks, I'm just going to start betting. Probably potting this one is fine. He will fold nines, jacks, nines, tens, eights. And then the river, I'm just continuing on a club. Here I just called for because his 3-bet size is super small. And I expect people to have weak ranges in this size. Flop, I'm just going for a quarter with range on this board. He calls, turn is amazing. Gonna still go small. And the river, I have a clear jam. Gonna still very bad this one. He can still call king jack, king 10. Yeah, probably it's overfolded, and maybe I could just bet with the queen of diamonds. Maybe it's too thin for value there. So I just bet on this guy and he folded the river, so I have to keep track of this, because if we play a big pot now, he's unlikely to overfold on the river against me, so I can go thin for value. So for example, here I can go half. Still gonna pot here on the turn and jam most rivers. And here I will jam because he will call. And here I'm just calling with pocket queens against a call 4-bet. Okay, yeah, he trapped me. Nothing to say. Not sure if he has any bluffs here. I need to see. That's 18 on the flop. Seems like value to me here. I don't think he has ace jack that often, but he always has aces that can go this way. I mean, is he bluffing with ace king? Just going to range bet here, even out of position. He calls, he snap calls actually. I'm gonna check this one as played. And yeah, check fold, no problem. So I wouldn't say that I have an environment like only from poker players, because all of them are online mainly. So I have 3 or 4 good friends here in my city, which we usually play sports together. And then I have some online Facebook friends, and it's good to talk with them. Yeah, I mean, whenever I'm through a downswing or I'm questioning some plays, I can always ask for their opinion, and yeah, we analyze hands together, and that's cool because I get a second opinion. Just gonna call here, and yeah, river. Just gonna fold. gonna take a stab at this spot and then continue only on a diamond river. Here I just jam pocket kings. No, we don't have the same skill level. So basically, I've been into two CFPs. I met a lot of guys there. Then sometimes I just I just contacted the regs from the tables, and I just got their Discord and we started talking about poker together. So yeah. Here I just have to call because of the jackpot, because he might just have like pocket tens, pocket jacks or something, and I can just... Yeah, and in this line I just fold. Gonna end up right now. I need to go to the gym. So thanks everyone for joining, guys. Okay, let's play the last hand because it's gonna be interesting. I think this guy might be recreational. Everyone checks. I'm gonna try to check raise one more time. I hope this... Okay, this guy bets big, which is very good. So I'm gonna go for a big check raise because he's never going to fold the flush draw. He's never going to fold the jack. So we're just going for a 7x raise. And yeah, I think we just stack off against the recreational. Nice. Last pot of the day. Nice. Okay. Good way to end the session. So